a positive, powerful channel for good, for impact in the world. And that's today's topic on today's episode. And as I pondered today's episode, interestingly enough, what came to me this morning was a song that I remember singing as a child. And I was raised a Catholic, and I remember being in a choir and singing this song in church. I remember singing it at celebrations, and it's a beautiful song. And the song is "Make Me a Channel for Your Peace." And I wanted to talk about this today, but not in the context of religion, because I believe that we all have that capacity and that ability to be a channel, to channel peace and to channel love. And if you are feeling a calling inside of you to have an impact in the world, that you want to help other people, that you feel deep within you a calling to do this work, I feel it's almost as if that is another manifestation, if you will, of who you are, who we are as eternal spiritual beings. We're channels, we're vessels for love, peace, and we can create that environment around us as we open ourselves to that universal energy, the energy that's all around us. And if you're listening to this podcast, I'm assuming this podcast is The Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur, but I believe that this ability to channel in our business, in our lives, it's universal, but it's deeply spiritual. And as spiritual entrepreneurs, as spiritual beings, I would imagine too, have or hold a belief that there is a higher wisdom, spiritual wisdom or power that guides our lives, that's out there in the universe. Some of us call that wisdom, power, creator, God. I see it as creator, our spiritual source. It is this power out there in the universe, but I also believe that power is inside of us, or that we can invite that energy in, and we can become a channel for that energy, so it becomes a part of us. It is a part of us, but we have that ability to be channels, to open ourselves. And I love how that particular verse talks about, make me a channel of your peace. Where there's hatred, let me bring love. Where there's doubt, faith. Despair, hope. Darkness, light. Sadness, joy. In giving, to receive. And in dying, that we return to our eternal soul. And again, it's still that notion of us being eternal. We are eternal spiritual beings. And I believe that we're on this planet we come into this world, and our journey is to remember that, to remember who we are, to reconnect to that universal spiritual source energy of who we truly, truly are. And I believe that we can access that wisdom, that intelligence in the nighttime hours, in our dreams. It's a really powerful time, the dream time. And I think what has happened perhaps in our culture and in our lives is that we may have lost respect for that sleeping is a waste of time. I'm not saying everybody believes that, not at all. But I do know that in our culture, we can become extremely driven, that it's go, 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 and we're operating, from that conscious, you've heard me say this, the mini metro, the doing, thinking part of who we are. But it's only a small fraction of who we truly are. And the more that we can lean into our eternal spiritual selves, that part of us that is infinite, immortal and eternal, the easier our lives are going to become, because we move into that state of flow. We become a channel for that, and we can have those massive creative downloads, aha moments. The dream time is a particularly powerful time for us to travel or journey through those spiritual realms, because the conscious mind is switched off, and so the spirit gets to play. And when we can work very intentionally with our dreams, which we can do, there is a process and a way that we can do that, we can actually sort of journey through those other realms, and then bring, consciously choose to bring back information into this waking reality that can guide us and support us in our everyday lives. And you'll how inventors talk about how they use their dreams to or their dreams facilitated those inventions, like Edison and with the light bulb guy. And then there's Einstein, who says that the law of relativity came to him in a dream. His name escapes me, but insulin, that came to him in a dream. Paul McCartney, his melodies, it was a dream. So the dream time's hugely powerful time for us. And when we can learn to leverage that time or that reality and bring back the information into our waking reality, we just make our lives so much easier. But I will say, it's not just, obviously it's not just in the dream time that this happens. If you think, when you have a shower, I've had lots of amazing creative downloads when I'm having a shower or when I'm going for a walk. Einstein apparently used to say that he had to walk for 45 minutes a day because, it was important for him, for his creative flow. I've talked to people who've been on the Peloton and done cranked out an hour of, working on the Peloton, and then in that time they had the download for their latest program. And I think it's because what's happening is that we're moving into, it's like another state of being. It's almost like the conscious mind kind of just goes onto the back burner, if you will. And so we have an opportunity to tap into that place, in our waking reality. So I think, in this podcast, really talking about being a channel for impact, for good in the world. If you've heard the call, if you feel that is your path, and if you're on that path, and you're grooving and it's all going good, and you feel that sense of deep, profound peace and joy in your life, then you've nailed it, right? But if you have a sense that you're not quite there yet, then you're not that far away, and I believe that by working with your dreams, you'll get the answers that you're looking for, that you have that ability to tap in to that higher wisdom and intelligence that really is you, a part of you. It's not really separate from you, but I feel we're a channel, but we have, like, there's a switch that we can flip, it's like a tap when you switch it on and off. And the more busy we become, and the more busy we are, and the more reliant we are on our conscious mind, I think, the more that tap can kind of get jammed shut, if you will, that there isn't the space for an allowing of that flow. I'll also would say, when we dream and when we work very intentionally with our dreams, it's hugely powerful because we can get the answers that we're looking for. We just need to ask, we just need to ask. I ask for that guidance every night. And I get it the next day. And the thing is that when we tap into that wisdom, when we journey through the dream time and we get those answers, sometimes, we're going to be guided, or a lot of the time, or even not most of the time, we're going to be guided to do stuff that's outside of our comfort zone. Because your spirit is infinite. And it's going to push you to do things far beyond what you think you're capable of. Because, as mortal conscious beings, we'll shy away from stepping outside of the comfort zone. And so when that happens, and when we feel a resistance to do something that we feel that we're being guided to do, all it means is that there's work to be done. There's likely a belief somewhere in you, me, because I experience it too, resistance, a belief, that I'm not good enough, or that I don't know enough, or I'm not qualified enough. How could I possibly do that? And I think that's another challenge that we face when we have massive, big goals and dreams, like, when could I ever do that? But if you've thought it, if you've had the thought, then it is possible. And I would say that thought is coming from that part of you that is infinite and that knows that it's possible. And I think that's when we can experience a disconnect, or in our lives, if we're feeling off track or unhappy, it could well be that it's because we're kind of hanging on to that conscious, like, safety zone, that I have to know the outcome, that, I can't take a risk, I can't, it's not safe for me to put myself out there, or for whatever reasons, and our conscious mind won't always, might do sometimes, push us. I think the more we get comfortable with change and stepping out of our comfort zone, perhaps the easier maybe our conscious mind becomes accepting. I think of my dad, actually, how he used to get so frustrated with me because I'd never settle in any one job. And then in the end, they just accepted it. My parents were like, oh, well, that's just Louise doing what she does. And I think maybe our conscious mind might eventually come to a place of acceptance that, oh, well, I guess I can't stop her, And I think the more we keep pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones, the easier it becomes. But I wouldn't say that we'll never experience fear ever again, because we're human beings, right? So we're going to feel it. The question is, can we do the work to move through it? Can we let go of the beliefs and fears about who we think we are? Can we let go of that so that we can step into more of who we truly are as infinite, immortal, eternal spiritual beings with a path and purpose in this life? And if you listen to this podcast, as you know, it was about being a channel for making positive impact. So my guess is, if you pressed play, that's because that is you. That is what you want to do and be in the world. And so I wish you much success with that. Keep following your dreams and know that you can leverage the power of the dream time in your life. When you journey in the dream time, this is a powerful opportunity for you to connect with your spirit, to work with your spirit in a very intentional way, and to start bringing back and leveraging that infinite wisdom in your everyday life. Super, super powerful. And for those of you, who know me, you'll know that I'm this week, I think we're drawing to the end of a challenge that I'm running in sort of just supporting people in learning how to do that, how to leverage the power of your spirit, how to leverage your dreams to support you in your everyday life. And it's not too late for you to jump into that challenge, and we're creating an all access page for people so you can binge watch it. I'd love for you to do that, because I think that you will, it's my hope that you will get a lot from it, that you will learn the strategies that you can employ to help you work with your dreams and to leverage that part of you that is infinite, immortal and eternal. Lean into that and leverage it in your everyday life so that you can step into a space and place of flow, so that you can become that channel, that you can open, flip the switch, turn the tap on at will, and go into a state of allowing, to allow that beautiful power and energy. It transcends religion. It's universal. It's infinite. We are infinite. And I wish you many, many blessings. Oh, and if you wanted to access that all access page, I'll include a link with the podcast. And I wish you many, many blessings and sweet, sweet, sweet blessed dreams, my fellow soul traveller. Bye for now.